Good morning, afternoon, or evening to whomever is watching this video. My name is David with PokeMore, and today I am bringing you exclusive Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire coverage. Today I'm going to be discussing the topic of gym leaders. Now before I get started, I'm going to talk about the changes in gym leaders from Gen 1 and Gen 2 remakes to get an idea on what they might do in Gen 3. First off, the Pokemon in Fire Red and Leaf Green did not change at all from the original. They all kept their respective Pokemon, only changing the level of Giovanni's Nidoqueen from 43 to 44. The big change that happened was the reward TMs you received after beating each gym leader. Every TM changed except Koga's Toxic and Blaine's Fire Blast. Now let's take a look at Heart Gold and Soul Silver. In the Generation 2 remakes, things got a little more interesting. All of the Pokemon were the same except one of Claire's Dragonairs was replaced with a Gyarados. Also, all the levels were different, excluding Morty's and Jasmine's Pokemon. As expected, all of the TMs changed again except for Whitney's Attract, Morty's Shadow Ball, and Jasmine's Iron Tail. One interesting detail I noticed, though, is that in some of these gyms, the aces carried either a Lumberry or a Citrus Berry, while in the original game, no gym Pokemon had any held items. Now that we have some info on the previous remakes, let's take a look at all of the gyms in Hoenn in greater detail. As you can see, the first two gyms have 2 Pokemon, the next 3 gyms have 3, Winona has 4, and Wallace has 5. The numbers listed next to each of the Pokemon are their respective levels. Tate and Lisa are the only ones that go out of the specific order with only 2 Pokemon. You can also see the respective TMs you received after beating each gym leader. Now we can almost guarantee that Game Freak will give us different TMs based on the results of the past remakes, but for now let's just speculate on the details of each Pokemon. The first possibility for the remakes of these gyms is what Game Freak did in Gen 1. Change absolutely nothing. Since Pokemon has changed so much and there have been 3 new generations of Pokemon since Ruby and Sapphire, I don't really believe that this is going to be the case. While it is a possibility, I do believe it is unlikely. The second possibility is a Gen 2 approach. Give the gym leaders the same Pokemon, except change the levels just a bit to change how difficult the story will be. This is the most realistic option, I believe, since I do not think Game Freak is going to want to incorporate new Pokemon into the storyline until after beating the Elite Four. This is also my favorite option, seeing as that it would still give a very familiar feel to a game with astoundingly different graphics compared to its predecessor. The third and final possibility I have is the Gen 6 approach. Give the gym leaders 2 non-Gen 3 Pokemon and a Gen 3 Ace. The only reason I believe that this is an option is because Game Freak may have a slight urge to spice up Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and give us a little curveball. This will make the game a little more interesting since we would not know what to expect when we enter each gym. We have no clue how Game Freak is going to change Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire from the original, but this change really wouldn't be that bad. The Gen 6 gyms were fun, and it really made it interesting knowing that each gym was going to have a specific setup, but you did not know what Pokemon was going to be their ace. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like rating and subscribe. And if you have any other possibilities that I forgot or didn't incorporate, don't be afraid to comment them. I'm always looking for new responses from you guys, and it really gets us one step closer to better quality and better videos. Thanks again for tuning into PokeMore.